Hey guys, OddsAre here, bringing you guys our GDL Season 2 Week 5 battle against Matt O'Shea and his Montreal Milotics. I'm very terrified for this because he's a very scary team. One team that I actually really would enjoy using. I think it's really good, and it has a pretty solid matchup versus us, so we're going to have to pull some crazy stuff out to, be able to hopefully beat it. But before I jump into the quick little team builder portion of the video, I do want to mention that only a good 30 to 40% of you guys who are watching the videos are actually subscribed at this point. So if you haven't done so already and you're watching the vids and enjoying them, you might as well drop a sub. It's free, it helps me out, and lets me know you're enjoying what I'm doing. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the team builder so you have that background knowledge, know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it going into the battle. So our team, if you did forget, consists of Keldeo, Scizor, the trio, Drapion, Rotom-Mow, Talonflame, Doublade, Orbeetle, Rhydon, Drampa, and Gmax Alcremie, while my opponent's team consists of Slowbro, Urshifu Single Strike, Sylveon, Porygon Z, Roserade, Charizard, Crustle, Palossand, Raichu, Basculin, and Gmax Corviknight. Now, right off the bat, biggest threats to me in particular, Urshifu Single Strike, I have no switch-ins for at all, unfortunately. Just don't have any. So we're going to have to be careful around that thing. I think we pressured offensively very well, so we'll obviously have to be pretty smart. But defensively, we don't switch into the Fire plus Dark Stab, just because our Fairy type is a Gmax Alcremie that can't hold an item. So that plus like Poison Jab kind of runs me. I'm really expecting like a Life Orb set. I think Life Orb goes crazy versus me, but I could see a choice like a Scarf set doing really well too, or even like a Banded set also going crazy. I don't necessarily expect Bulk Up, but I expect something of the source to be, a very big potent threat versus us. Porygon Z, also very annoying. We don't have great pivots into Porygon Z. It's very tough for us to switch into. Slowbro plus Sylveon, very annoying for us to break. We do have Scizor, but Scizor is stopped by like Gmax Corviknight, and I think that defensive core of Slowbro, Sylveon, Gmax Corviknight is going to prove to be an issue. Other than that, though, I think we can take on our opponent's team pretty well, and our main goal of this game, as you're going to see, is going to be pivot around, chip things down in the range of our win cons at the end. So, let's go ahead and jump on in. First off, we have our Gmax Alcremie rocking out with the Love Ball. Aroma Veil is its ability. Dazzling Gleam, Recover, Calm Mind, and Mystical Fire. EVs wise, we got 116 HP, max defense, 84 special attack, force for def, and 52 speed with a modest nature. This is another Pokemon that does really well. I think Calm Mind does phenomenally, especially if we can waste that in Gmax Corviknight's max before we come in. Dazzling Gleam plus Mystical Fire hits the entirety of my opponent's team very, very hard. We can Calm Mind up on Sylveon and Slowbro and things like that. We obviously threaten out the Urshifu. It does not kill us on one unless we're on Gmax. It's like Banded or Life or Poison Jab, which is obviously very good information to know. If we get like a Calm Mind up or two before Roserade comes in, we can set up on that thing. The only real switch into our coverage moves, at least this week, is actually going to be Charizard. So if Charizard comes, we're in a little bit tough of a spot because we don't have a lot that immediately threatens Charizard. We have to position ourselves correctly around it, but we can even potentially set up on it if it's like a special set without Toxic or something like that. So that'll obviously be really nice. Though we do have to be careful. I know Matt loves his sub Belly Drum Charizard, so we have to position ourselves around that as well. Next up, we got Red Right, the Scizor, rocking out the leftovers. Technician has its ability Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Roost, and Swords Dance. EVs wise, we are rocking out with max HP, 108 attack, 4 defense, 100 speed def, and 44 speed with an adamant nature. This thing is here to defensively check the likes of Sylveon, Porygon Z, Roserade, things like that. It's here to U-turn around, grabbing momentum, forcing things like the Corviknight, especially the Charizard, stuff like that, and really put my opponent in a position where I'm kind of U-turning and volt switching and flip turning all around on them, and hopefully putting myself in a good position to clean the endgame. I think this is a Pokemon that can actually definitely clean the endgame if we can get rid of Corvi plus, Charizard, plus 2 Bolt Punch, runs through my opponent's team minus the Slowbro, and we obviously have plus 2 U-turn to damage it in that sense as well, which is really, really nice. It's just mainly going to be getting an opportunity to get rid of that Corviknight and that Charizard if we can find the opportunity to, which is obviously really nice. Next up, we got Polnareff, the Keldeo, rocking out the Mystic Water, justified its ability, Surf, Toxic, Flip Turn, and Air Slash. EVs wise, we are rocking out with 132 HP, 204 special attack, and 172 speed with a timid nature. Now this thing is here also to just kind of flip turn around, throw a Toxic off, maybe catch that Slowbro. We have Air Slash for the likes of both Roserade and Urshifu Single Strike, and then Surf actually hits my opponent's team very, very hard. So this Pokemon, if we can get Chip on the Roserade or get rid of it, and honestly can kind of just click Surf, unless it's an AV or Spadef Slowbro. Mystic Water Surf still hurt a lot. Obviously, we can get the poison on that thing. We get a poison the first time we come in, and the next time we come in, we just click Surf, and, you know, we're doing a lot of damage, to say the very least. So that's obviously really nice. It puts on a lot of offensive pressure. Toxic also pressures Sylveon. We do a lot to a Fizdef Sylveon as well if we do get a Toxic on it prior. So I think this Pokemon's very good, and it's very annoying as a pivot in this game. Next up, we got a Choice Scarf, Rotom Wash. Mo, not Wash. Rocking out with the Levitate, Thunderbolt, Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, and Trick. EVs wise, we got 140 HP, 172 special attack, and 196 speed with a modest nature. There's another Pokemon my opponent doesn't really appreciate. The only thing that really switches into the dual stabs is going to be Roserade, and if we can, force a bunch of Volt Switch damage on that, and force a bunch of Flip Turn damage on that, and all that good stuff, it's going to put us in a better position with the rest of our win content. We do have the Scizor, so we can kind of just Flip Turn, Volt Switch, U-turn all over that thing, eventually putting ourselves in a good position in the end game. There's another Pokemon that does really well too if we can get rid of like Palisand and Roserade. If we chip some things down, Scarf Thunderbolt can definitely claim. So I think it's a pretty solid win con in itself as well. Next up, we got Talonflame, rocking out the heavy duty boots, Flame Body as its ability, Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, U-turn, and Roost. EVs wise, we got 188 HP, 132 attack, 52 defense, and 132 speed with a Jolly Nature. Now this thing is here to pseudo check the Urshifu. I'm Flame Body because I want to nab a burn on that thing if at all possible. There's another mon that puts on decent offensive pressure. I'd like to nab burn on the Corviknight if I can as well. Maybe going for a U-turn, maybe going for a Brave Bird, stuff like that. We obviously have U-turn ourselves because we're baiting things like Slowbro very easily, so I'd like to be able to do that. Flare Blitz with Brave Bird actually hits my opponent's team pretty hard. It's a good Sylveon pivot if it's not toxic, which is obviously really nice, and we can do pretty solid against things like that. So that's going to be Talonflame. And then lastly, we got Drapion rocking out with the Black Sludge, Battle Armor is its ability, Knockoff, Poison Jab, Taunt, and Swords Dance. EVs wise, we got 44 HP, 244 attack, and 220 speed with a Jolly Nature. This is another Pokemon that does crazy well. My opponent's team is pretty slow. I will say he has the Urshifu that outspeeds us, but we have ways of potentially, chipping that thing down and knocking it out. We have the Charizard that can potentially outspeed us depending on how bulky he is, but I'm not super worried about that thing. And then we have the Raichu, which I think our team deals with pretty well as well. We have the Double Ground, though they can't really take the, surf coverage from it very well, but at the very least we could potentially scare it with a trap, so it might even be Scarf, it might be, Shed Shell, something like that, and in that sense it doesn't really do too much damage towards Drapion if we're healthy as well. Other than that, everything is outsped and nothing in the end game, and I guess the Basculin as well, but I think we have a decent amount for Basculin too. Other than that, though, pretty much everything is outsped by this thing, and if we can get up a Sword Stance in the end game, that defensive core does not appreciate us whatsoever. So we'll be able to throw a big +2 knockoffs with Poison Jabs. We're very offensive on this set, but we do check some things that we do need to and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's going to be the team. I'll be right back with the match. Alright guys, here we are with the battle. We are connected with Matt. Let's see what he brought. I'm terrified. This is an awful matchup, but we'll see what we can do. Let me get my handy dandy notepad out and ready. And we'll see what we can do from here. Mad nervous for this matchup, though. I'm mad nervous. Okay. Okay, so he did bring the Raichu. So we got Slowbro, Sylveon. No Charizard is awesome. Sylveon, Urshifu, Raichu, Gmax, Corvi, and Rose. So what do we want to lead off with? Honest to God, I feel like a free Scizor lead is really nice here. I can U-turn on anything and be in a good spot. Yeah, there's not much that really takes me on at this point. So I'm gonna lead Scizor and probably just click the U-turn button if I'm being completely honest. Let's see, Urshifu, Single Strike if he's like banded. If he's adamant, it's like an 18% chance to kill me, but I know that's Jolly. Oh, good lord. Jolly has a chance to kill me. That's insane. Is it really? Good lord. I don't like that. We'll see what we can do, though. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. I'm definitely expecting the Slowbro to have Flamethrower, too, so I'm not going to set up a Sword Stance on that initially, because I don't think that's a good idea. I can always pivot around it and stuff like that, so I think that's also very, very important. As he's definitely thinking about it. I can see him leading Rose and trying to get up spikes on me. That could definitely be very annoying for me. I could see potentially either a Slowbro, a Sylveon, not Sylveon, Slowbro, Rose, or like an Urshifu just to put on like immediate pressure and really put me in the back foot. Like very much so. But we'll see what we can do. Good luck, have fun to Matt. Hopefully we can nab a win here. And yeah. It's going to be a Raichu lead. Raichu. So this gives me a pretty free Volt Switch. Life Orb doesn't even really do it Chaos, which is obviously super dope. So I think that's what I'm going to click, as we're totally lagging, and that is not a good sign. Oh, I hope we don't DC. Okay. I'm just going to U-turn. I think a U-turn's pretty free. In all honesty, where our lefties we can roost up on a lot. Volt Switch is going to come out. That's fine. This stops our shenanigans with Rotom as easy. Like, we can't Volt Switch as easy, but honest to God, it's fine. It should be fine at the very least. We'll see, though. We'll see. Corvy's going to come out. I think what I want to do is I want to go Talonflame. I'm going to go Talonflame because it'll probably force on a Slowbro, and that gives me a bit of a freer Rotom Go, because then I can Volt Switch for free without having to worry about the Raichu to come in as easily. Because if I go Rotom Mo now, it's pretty obvious what I'm going for, if that makes any sense. So we're going to go from Talonflame right into a U-turn. I don't think he wastes his Max this early. I really don't think he wastes his Max this early. And I don't think he bulks up in my face, and if he bulks up in my face, I go Rotom. You know, still put on a lot of offensive pressure. So he is going to switch out. Yet another U-turn. Out comes the Slowbro. Awesome. So we're going to be able to U-turn. Oh, there's no PZ. That's awesome. So we're going to U-turn. He's not Rocky Helmet, which is also very good to know. From this point, we're going to go into Big Rotom Mo. He could expect me to go for a Volt Switch just because we're keeping him in a really bad loop right here. But I don't think I want to yet. Like, I don't think I want to go for that Leaf Storm. So I am going to Volt Switch. I don't think he goes Raichu right here. I just don't think he goes Raichu. Because I can throw off a free Leaf Storm right here. He's going to switch. Raichu. Fuck, man. That's interesting. I don't necessarily agree with that. I'll be 100% honest. I thought a Leaf Storm was really free, minus the Rose Raid, so I figured the Rose Raid play would be his play, but to each their own, I suppose. So he's not a boosting item. So from 135 HP, there's a 10% chance to a KOS. I'm gonna go into Scizor with Thunderbolt. This loses us a lot of momentum, which I'm not too happy about, but... And it, like, screams that we're Scarf as well. I think he's going to Volt Switch, though. Volt Switch should be his play. Yeah. Not much I could have done to stop that, unfortunately. Is that a crit? No, that's just... Fun. Okay. That's really unfortunate. That's something I'm not too happy with. Be 100% honest, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, because... Rotom can potentially knock this thing out after Rocks, and like after it does that once, it's just not a, you know, really useful Pokemon anymore. Like, I know Rocks aren't up, obviously, but I have a small chance to knock it out if it's not bulky. Out comes this beast. Okay. So I think I do want to save my my Scizor at this point. Just because it is a good check to Rose Raid. I'm gonna go into Big Talonflame. I could potentially bait a burn off of this thing, which I think is very important. At level 50. So, we could blow it. If he's banded, he will knock us out. Which is not a good time. But we could potentially bait a burn, and we'll know he's banded. If it's not banded, it does not knock us out. Banded or Life Orb is what's needed. Iron Head, it's fine. Give me the burn. Give me the burn. Give me the burn. Give me the burn. Let's go! That's awesome. Okay. Sweet. It's Life Orb, too. Which is something we'll definitely take. Because this thing is getting ridiculously chipped. I'm going to click U-turn. I think it's pretty no drawback at this point. I'll be 100% honest. Awesome. That's exactly where we ran it this week. And I knew I wasn't staying at full either. I knew I wasn't staying at full. So he's going to switch into probably the Slowbro. It's completely fine. I'm just going to U-turn. Now, I really want to go into my dude. Like, I really want to go into Rotom, and I want to click Volt Switch again, because I don't think you... I think you went Rose Raid last time, so you don't risk me going for a Leaf Storm again. Because, again, at that point, you just lose to Scarf Rotom later. I'm going to click Volt Switch. I'm making the play, man. I don't think you're going to go and do it again. I think you're going to make the middle ground into Rose Raid. I don't think there's another play for you. I mean, again, you can go into Raichu. You do potentially live one, especially if you have a little bit of HP, but... I don't know. Just don't know if I agree with the play. Rose Raid this time? Yep. Thank God. Play a little aggressive today, but, you know, we're doing what we can to win. Big Volt Switch. Something we take. Now we go Scizor. If anything has to be put to sleep, I'm fine with this being put to sleep. You know? So it is Black Sludge, which is good to know. I'm just going to click the U-turn. You could go for a Sleep Powder here, but like, I get slow momentum if not. And I love that. I think that's great. So, that's what we're going to do. Sleep Powder miss. Yeah, you hit. Alright. This is fine. I think we burn at least one turn of sleep. And part of me what really expects to come in here is going to be that Corvi. To really take advantage of me being asleep and me not really being able to touch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right out into my Talonflame. I think that's my best play. Covers the most, in my opinion. Makes the Raichu play. Okay. Interessante. I don't have a great switch into Thunderbolt. I think I'm gonna go Raichu. I mean, I'm gonna go, no, my dude here. My dude Nom. He's gonna go for a Volt Switch. It's fine. We're in a decent spot, though. Oh, not super worried at this point. So Raichu's gonna be an issue. It's just definitely gonna be an issue. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. I want to know if I can live a Scarf Raichu hit with my Keldeo, though. I think that's very important information to know. I'm just going to go Volt Switch. I don't think if you go into this, I don't see the point in pivoting back out. We're kind of revealing that we're Scarf here, but you're obviously not, so yeah, speed. Is he going to go back into Raichu? Okay. Very interesting. Let's check something. I'm gonna click Volt Switch on his Volt Switch. I don't see you staying in. I mean, I guess you could. Maybe that was a bad play. That was probably a bad play. I'm rushing a little bit. I'm getting tilted by the Raichu. Volt switching all over me. I think that was a bad play. I need to slow down. I got to slow down. So you're not Scarf. And what are you? Then what are you? So he's not Scarf. He's not Specs. He's not a boosting item. Or he's not, at least he's not Life Orb. Are you AV? Are you Expert Belt? Are you like Shuka? Shed Shell? Maybe Shed Shell. Shed Shell makes sense actually versus my team. Yeah, he's probably Shed Shell. I'm gonna go Talonflame. So I know he's not Scarf now too. That means my Talonflame outspeeds and can potentially revenge him later on. At least that's good information to know. We just need U-turn chip. And that thing does go down to a Flare Blitz afterwards. So Calm Mind's gonna come out. Sylveon. I'm gonna click Flare Blitz. I can't really let this thing set up. You can go bro, but I'll U-turn out the turn afterwards. Just gonna stay in. I have Roost, so I can potentially... that doesn't do enough. That does do a lot. And a Roost. He's either Babiri or Kebia, probably. So I want a Flare Blitz. I kind of need this. Let's see. So this shouldn't be too KOing us. I kind of want to Roost, and then after like a Wish turn, I can potentially do something. So we're gonna Roost again. We might get crit eventually though, so I think this is maybe the last turn I want to do this. Just gonna Hyper Voice again. 121 down to 30. Yeah, this is like a losing battle for us. I'm gonna click U-turn this time. I want to go on a Drapion, but I don't really think I can. Unfortunately. Let's go Drapion. Oh my goodness, that does so much damage. I think I'm gonna go Scizor and sack it. Maybe we'll wake up. That'd be dope, actually. We could wake up. So, Ivory's gonna pop. It does a lot of damage. I would love to wake up here. Waking up would be super ideal. I'm gonna Bullet Punch. Wake up. Come on, wake up. Wake up, King. Wake up, King. Come on. Come on, we burned one turn, so, I mean, we can wake up here. Just, yes. Yes, Bullet Punch. It's going to be very... That's fine. I'm completely fine with that, dude. I'm so fine with that. So, Scizor's going to go down, which is whatever. Because a Mystic Fire's going to pop. It's fine. This is fine. This is a big threat, so I'm okay with this thing going down. Awesome. As we're lagging. Please don't DC. Please don't DC. Please don't DC. Okay. That was terrifying. I'm just gonna go into my guy here. Obviously, we know that we knock it out here, too. Which is very important. And while I know they can go into Corvi pretty freely, I'm just gonna click Poison Jab. He could save this, but, like, again, why? I don't think it really does much at this point once it switches out. Yeah, so we're going to Poison Jab. We're going to be able to knock out Sylveon. Sweet. Down it goes. We're in a pretty good spot. And we'll see what we can do from here. We'll see. So losing Scizor does kind of suck. It was a great Rose check, and we don't have our Sleep Fodder anymore. Which, again, is not fun. But, not the worst position in the world. Corvi's gonna come out. Big, big threat. I think I go hard into my guy right here. If we can waste this thing's max turns, then our all creamy can go crazy as well, which I think is important. Keldeo looks a little bit better as well. So we'll see what we do. Bulk up. Yeah, I knew bulk up would come. I gotta click Thunderbolt here, unfortunately. Overview bulk up at level 50. If it Dynamaxes up. Yeah, I gotta click Thunderbolt, unfortunately. A +1 max Airstream should not knock us out from this range, I don't believe. So it is gonna max up, and this helps our Alcremie in game a little bit, which I think is really important. Like, it really helps our Alcremie endgame. We do not die to a +1 max Airstream, though. Or max win range thing. At all. We don't 2-hit KO this, I don't think, if it's Spadef. This does, like, nothing. Yeah, that did nothing. Give me a para. Win Rage is gonna come out. I don't think we should die, though. Is that a crit? We just died. Okay. Well, we might lose. Let's see what we can do. Alcremie. We Dynamax up. Max Flare does nothing. Okay, we're in a pretty bad spot. I think we might lose to this. He must be very offensive, because I don't think that would have killed me otherwise. So I think I gotta go Talonflame. Click Flare Blitz. Waste another turn. Goodness. Yeah, we're in a pretty bad spot. I mean, he doesn't get any boosts off of us, which is nice, I guess. Burn? Never mind, we don't even die to recoil. That's unfortunate, so I think we're going to lose because of this G-Max Corvi. I'll be honest. I think my play here, go Drapion, click Swords Dance. Yeah, I think that's my play. I'll be 100% honest. We should live one hit. Max Adamant. Oh, that's not Adamant, but like... Yeah, we SD because we don't kill him with Knock here regardless, so we SD this turn. And then we knock the turn afterwards, and it should be enough to knock it out. So it's gonna SD. I thought maybe Max Guard to try and like set up on me afterwards. That would be something unfortunate, but we'll see. Rage is gonna come out. It's not gonna knock us out, which is nice at least. And we might still be able to semi-check the whatchamacallit. The Rose Raid. At least be Sleep Fodder or something like that. I'm going to knock off this turn. It's at +1, so depending on how defensive he is as well, we could lose this. It's just like extra bad, but we can taunt him the next turn and just like make sure we get off a bunch of damage before we end up going down. Which is, again, you know, pretty nice. And then maybe G-Max Alcremie can do it, but it's not looking too good for your heroes. Won't lie to ya. I won't lie to you. So we'll see what we can do. I am going to click knockoff here. Could save the Corvi, but I think that would be a very interesting play. I think this play is definitely just sack it here and then go into like anything afterwards. But yeah, we're going to go into knockoff. This might not even knock it out. It does. Okay, well we got a crit, so that could have mattered. Who knows? Down it goes. Knocked off its Master Ball. That's pretty sick. Raichu. Let's see. Does Raichu knock us out from here? It sure does. Ah, man. Okay. We'll see what we can do, though. Again, not looking too hot. But we got somewhat of an out. We got somewhat of an out. That damn Corvi. That did so much better than me than I thought. Versus me than I thought. That was obviously, you know, definitely a great set. And he played it phenomenally. Man, I thought we'd be able to handle it better. I knew bulk up would probably come, but really thought we would handle it better. Raichu is going to come out. Do we sack anything but this? I mean, no. Unless he's, like, not infested. That'd be dope. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I just throw off a +2 knockoff in case he tries to get funny. And then I have to go into Alcremie instead of a Calm Mind, I think. I think that, like, has to be my play, unfortunately. Full Switch is going to come out. Oh, it did kill! He's just going to go Urshifu, though. It's unfortunate. But it happens. I kind of wish I clicked Poison Jab there, then. Maybe Poison Jab was my better play. Go Roserade for some reason. This does a lot of damage. Hold on. That kills. Hold on. What's left? Slowbro, Urshifu. So go Raichu here again, and he's either going to Thunderbolt or he's going to Volt Switch. But, he must have been, like, not invested at all. Let's see. Yeah, he must have been, like, not invested. I'm gonna click Poison Jab in case he's adamant. I'm very speedy on my thing. So, like, if he's adamant, then maybe we can knock him out. And obviously, you know, be in a good spot. Maybe we can win with Calm Mind, dude. The Giant Punch is going to come out. That is going to knock us out. And Urshifu. Level 50. Keldeo. Keldeo does knock out with Surf. So I think I just click Surf. I click Surf into, like, Toxic. Yeah. Let's see what we can do, though. Maybe we can beat down the Raichu. With our Alcremie. Maybe Alcremie can clutch it for us. So we're going to click Surf. This should knock it out. If not, I don't think he knocks us out in return. There we go. And I don't think the Raichu knocks us out either. Hello, 50. With no Life Orb, it does not knock us out. So we may be in a decent spot. If the Slow Roll comes in, I'm going to Toxic it. So he shouldn't be able to knock us out. I'm going to click Toxic. Surf actually does more than Air Slash to this thing, which is pretty nuts. Because of the Mystic Water. We are going to hit the Toxic, which is obviously super nice. Going to Teleport. Should I Shock? Okay. Well, that's good to know. So we can't set up on this as freely. We do die. How invested do you have to be for that to kill? It's Life Orb slow, bro. You have to be like max. So that makes me curious. Let's see what we can do. Okay, this is very iffy. Is our play here to Calm Mind and then Dynamax? It might be. I think it is. I am going to Calm Mind. We live one Psyshock. Pretty easily. So we are going to Calm Mind. And then we're going to max up. Just don't crit me, please. Good Trick Room, I guess. Psyshock is going to come out. We live a quiet Life Orb. Psyshock. With ease. Life Orb's going to come out, and then we should knock it out with this, and then we should be able to knock out the Raichu as well. Or at least beat it 1v1. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think Matt probably shouldn't have sacked his Rose Raid. So we're going to max up. We're going to G-Max Finale and get a little bit of health back and knock this thing out in the process. Come on. Oh, dude, how creamy. Oh my goodness. Can you pull it back for us? I've had so much fun using this one. So much fun. So, G-Max Finale is going to come out. Will it knock it out? It will. Down goes the Slowbro. That's amazing. I think we might have won. Wow. I think we might have won. Yeah, the Rose Raid was the one thing stopping this thing from... The Rose Raid and the Corvi, obviously. I understand the Corvi sack. That was definitely the best play at that time. But, the Volt Switch, when Thunderbolt would have obviously killed me. And then, two, the sack of the, Rose Raid opposed to the Urshifu. I think Urshifu should have been the sack there. Because it was burned and my team could all take it on at that point. Very interesting to me. But from here, we're just going to click G-Max Finale. If it's sub, I think we eventually get back enough HP and it has to sub down twice. It is sub. It's fine. I mean, we're going to get back enough to where, like, even when we're not Dynamaxed, we do a ridiculous amount of this thing. And we can continuously just, you know, get back our health while we're doing this. So I think we should still be fine. It just kind of delays the inevitable, I believe. But we'll see. We will see. Hope I had my audio going. I do. It's a little loud. Let's turn it down for the last part of the battle. We're just going to make sure that we just keep clicking the A button. And hopefully, you know, go from there. Substitute's going to come out one more time. It is going to, obviously, let me get a little bit more HP back from the G-Max Finale, though. Which is dope. And from there, we'll be able to hopefully click it one more time and be able to win. We just gotta click Dazzling Gleam, right? I mean, even if this thing's max HP, we're not Dynamax anymore, but like Alchemy strong and we're invested. So this should knock out a max HP variant. And Thunderbolt, that's Life Orb Thunderbolt and max special attacks. Like, yeah, you're not doing very much to me unless you get a million pairs, which is obviously still, you know, Matt's play right here. But we're just gonna click Gleam one more time. Hopefully one more time. Oh, it was Mono Volt Switch. He didn't have Thunderbolt, so maybe that's why he didn't click it. Okay, so we're gonna Gleam and be able to pick up this KO. Obviously, great game to Matt. That was definitely a very, very fun one. I feel bad about the Flame Body Burn, but that's honestly precisely the reason that we ran it, was to catch that Urshifu and, you know, get that 30% chance. So it's like a Skull Burn, I suppose. So we'll definitely take those. And the Rose Raid sack really helped us out. I thought we were going to lose just because of how much work that G-Max Corvi put in. Matt played great, though. Obviously, that was a great set versus our team, and it did really well. But we're able to keep the winning streak going. We're able to push positive now again, since first time since week 1, honestly. And we're chilling at 3-2. next week, hopefully, we can continue our, hot streak in GDL. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like. If you, are new here, be sure to drop a sub, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.